Hey, welcome back to Riley's Couch. It's your girl Riley Ross, and we have so much catching up to do. So there's a lot going on with, the celebrity news, and we got a lot of music releases for you guys, and I also have an artist of the week for you guys. So we're going to catch up and find out what was going on and who made it into Riley's hot seat this week. So first off, we have Love and Hip Hop Atlanta stars Stevie J, who spilled the beans in an interview and announced that he and the Puerto Rican princess Joseline Hernandez are expecting their first child together. If you don't know, they were expecting a baby the first season, of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, which she ended up having an abortion, and now they're supposedly married, and they're supposed to be expecting their first little, bundle of joy. So all the best to them. And if you've been under a rock this week, we had some rap beef between Snoop Dogg and Iggy Azelea. Apparently, Snoop, I don't know what's going on with Snoop. He just been wilding out lately. But Snoop to me, it seemed like he was targeting Iggy and attacking her. But, I don't know. Maybe something went down that we don't know about. But Snoop was throwing major shade towards Iggy Azelea. He uploaded a meme of an albino girl with braids on Instagram, which had Iggy with no makeup written across the picture. So Iggy, she caught wind from the shade that he was throwing, and she took to Twitter to speak up, and she called Snoop an a-hole. Well, of course it didn't end there. Snoop then posted a picture of a posting that there was a new rap beef between Iggy and himself, and he wrote under it, "I wish a bee would." Well, from there, it was a lot of back and forth between them two, and day by day, it just seemed to be getting way out of control. And so Snoop said some really, negative things to her. But, even Iggy's boyfriend had to get involved. And the entire time, Iggy, she kept her cool. She responded to him, but she never got out of pocket with her responses. So, I give her a round of applause, for handling herself so well. Because, it could really went left. But ultimately, Tip got involved. He intervened and he called Snoop up. I don't know what he said to him, but he diffused the situation. Thank God. And, Snoop, he got on IG, he did a video, and he apologized to Iggy. And she gracefully accepted it, and she thanked him via Twitter. So I'm just so happy that beef ended, because that beef was going nowhere fast. But in other news, we got Chris Brown, who took to Twitter to express his thoughts about the recent Ebola infections. So he wrote on Twitter that he thinks this Ebola epidemic is a form of population control. He might be onto something. Many agreed, but of course there were those that didn't like what he had to say, who never like anything that Chris has to say. And so Chris left them a little message in his little Asian girl voice saying, "I say what I want. If you don't like it, suck my a-hole." That's what he told y'all to do. So I have to talk about this because everybody's talking about it, and I just want to say my piece about it. So if you haven't seen a picture of Miss Beyonce lately, Beyonce has these new bangs in Paris, and she's been rocking them. It's like this wig that she has on. It looks like a wig, but everybody's talking about it, and I just want to say, y'all act like she never had this hairstyle before. It's nothing new. If y'all remember correctly, she had the same bang style when she did the telephone video with Lady Gaga. If you don't remember, y'all need to get on Google and look it up. Personally, I am a Beyonce stan, and I'm Beehive all day. I love everything B does. No, I'm not a fan of the bangs, but I just figured maybe she was working on a new project. You never know what she got up her sleeve. But, whatever. Either way, she's still cute, and she always killing it. And also, now I have music releases for you guys. So, my first artist is an indie artist from New York whose name is Imani. And if you haven't heard of him or you don't know who he is, he's worked with a lot of different artists. But if you listen to Joe Budden, you may have heard him on one of Joe's tracks doing the chorus. Imani is releasing his second album or EP. It's called Songs About Her Too. And you can pre-order it on iTunes. It drops October 21st. You can also go on his website at www.imani.com. His name is spelled Emanny. If you look that up, you can also purchase an autographed copy of the album if you prefer to have the physical thing. Make sure you guys go and check him out. You can look him up. I'm pretty sure you can find him. He's definitely on Twitter. I think he's like the only one who pops up. You spell his name right. You can check out his music. Let me know what you guys think. I've been listening to him for a couple of years now. And I'm a fan. I like his music. And so, you guys check him out. So this week, Joe Budden released another new track called Make a Deal featuring Ransom. He also released another track last week. If you haven't heard, it's called Devil in My Room, which features his group member Crooked Eye. If you don't know, Joe is gearing up for his next album release. Off his album, it's called Some Love Lost, which is set for a November 4th release. So if you haven't heard those, I heard them on SoundCloud, so you can look him up on SoundCloud and definitely listen to those bangers, because Joe is always dropping bars. So make sure you guys check that out. Also, The Game's first independent compilation album, which is entitled Blood Moon, Year of the Wolf, is also available on iTunes. The album includes features from Lil Wayne, French Montana, Rick Ross, 2 Chainz, Bobby Shmurda, and more. So you guys check that out. He has a lot of people on that album. In videos, we have Childish Gambino and Janae bring out their great chemistry on screen together again for his new song and video, Telegraph Ave, featuring Lloyd. If you haven't heard the song, make sure you guys check that out. I really like the song. It's really dope. You definitely be bumping to that. And also be prepared for the surprise at the end. So you guys check out that video. Also this week they had the Hip Hop Awards and got a huge surprise performance from Brandy, Queen Latifah, MC Lyte, and Yo-Yo, who reunited for their 20th anniversary performance for their 1994 throwback hit, I Wanna Be Down remix. And of course the ladies represented and toured the stage down. They all look fabulous. They don't look like they aged a day. You guys, if you haven't seen it, you can look it up online, or you're going to have to catch the reruns of the Hip Hop Awards. But you guys definitely make sure you check out that performance. Also, Tiana Taylor is back again. She dropped 2 teasers. One for her song Do Not Disturb and another one for Business. I am so ready for her to just drop this album. It's set to release November 4th as well. According to Tiana, she will be releasing a teaser every Tuesday until the release. I can't wait for these entire videos to drop. These songs are like, they dope and they are so sexy. I'm just like, yeah, I can't wait. But here are a couple more albums that have dropped and will be dropping October 21st. So you can definitely go purchase Jessie J's Sweet Talker, which is out now on iTunes. And you can also get Mila J's album. Her EP actually is called Made in LA. You can purchase those on iTunes, or, however you want to go get the physical copy in the stores, whatever you prefer. And then you also can pre-order Jessie Ware's album entitled Tough Love. Tip, T-I-P. His album Paperwork You can pre-order that. I've actually heard some of his album, and if you down with that trap southern music, you definitely gonna like it. So make sure you guys pre-order that. And one of my favorite groups of all times, who has stood the test of times, and is like one of the only male groups that is still doing it today, Boys to Men. You can pre-order their new album entitled Collide. I've also heard a little bit of that album as well. And if you're a Boyz II Men fan, you make sure you go and support them. Yeah. So that's all for that. Now, I have an indie artist for you guys from the West Coast who goes by the name MC IMPRINT. Now, if you don't know anything about him, I'll give you guys a little bit of info on him. So MC IMPRINT is from California. He was the Power 106 Who's Next champion, and he also premiered his Dreams video this week on Tuesday, which was premiered on VEVO. So you guys make sure you head over to VEVO and get all your life, because there's mad songs on VEVO and videos that drop. So you go over there and watch them. Make sure you watch his video and support. Make sure you share the video as well. You can go on iTunes and check him out as well. You can go and download his LP, Sobriety Date. And he also has his first LP, The First Impression, available for you guys. And songs that were featured on mixtapes that he was on as well. If you like him and you want to knock his music, you can do it straight from your phones. He has his own MC IMPRINT app, which is free on iTunes and Google Play. You can find all his music up there. The app features, news about him, photos, videos, and more. So you guys can download that. It's free. Keep up with everything that he does. And you can also follow him on Twitter at MC IMPRINT. And he's actually on FB, Facebook. And if you look up IMPRINT, you'll find him there as well. Or you could just, matter of fact, you could just go over to his website and, follow him, do the same thing as well, which is mcimprint.com, which is MCIMPRINT. You can find all his stuff there. You guys, check him out. Let me know how you feel about him. Make sure you guys support independent music out there. And yeah, I've been, listening to him for a while. I was introduced to his music by a friend. And, you guys make sure, you support. So, I'm going to get ready to head out. But, of course, I want to give you guys a quote. So, this quote goes, "The purpose of life is to live it, to taste experience to the utmost, to reach out eagerly and without fear for a newer and richer experience." So I hope you guys all have a great week. That's the upcoming week, of course. And you enjoy your weekend. I will talk with you guys next week. And you guys, I'm out.